Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says talks on ending the war with Russia have produced a solid 20-point peace framework built around NATO-style security guarantees backed by the United States and key European allies.
Dear Ukrainians, both men and women, today our negotiation team is already returning after a meeting in America with representatives of President Trump. Tomorrow morning, I expect a full report on the prepared documents. A lot of work has been done, especially on the documents regarding security guarantees, as well as the 20 points of the main document, the basic framework discussed by the Ukrainian and American delegations. Rustem Umerov and Andriy Hanatov will be reporting tomorrow. It is important that the American side is able to obtain a response from Russia, a genuine willingness from that country to focus on something other than aggression. Of course, after so many years since the start of the hybrid war, now a full-scale one, it is hard to believe that Putin could live without killings and invasions. But lowering the price of Russian oil, strong global sanctions, and the continuation of all other forms of pressure, these are the things that will convince even such a stubborn person. Putin wages war as long as he has the money to buy the loyalty of both his inner circle and the Russian population.
As Ukraine's delegation returned from talks in Miami, President Zelensky said the draft proposals are dignified and close to a real deal, but admitted that several points remain unacceptable for both Kyiv and Moscow. U.S. officials are continuing discussions with Russian representatives and are expected to relay feedback to Ukraine.
There's a reason why this war hasn't ended, and that is because there's complex factors at play. I know that sounds like a throwaway line, but it's true. What we have tried to do in this entire process, and let's be clear about this. I mean, the United States is engaged in this. The president says this, and I'll translate what I think he's trying to say to you in all of this, and I think he's been pretty clear about it, is it's not our war. It's a war in another continent. We have equities, we have engagement in this war, but it's not our war per se. But we have been told by everybody, I think everybody would agree, that there's only one nation on earth, there's only one entity on earth that can actually talk to both sides and figure out whether there's a way to end this war peacefully. And that's the United States. And we've invested a lot of time, a lot of energy at the highest levels of our government. I believe, President Trump has had more meetings with foreign leaders and others on the war in Ukraine than on any other subject, including trade. He's invested a lot of time. Steve and Jared have invested time. I've invested time. The vice president, the Secretary of War, others, Secretary of Treasury, and more have invested a tremendous amount of time and energy in this. And what we're trying to figure out here is, what can Ukraine live with and what can Russia live with? Sort of identify what both sides' positions are and see if we can sort of drive them towards each other to some agreement.